Crafting ChatGPT prompts that work well and provide helpful responses takes careful thought and attention. However, there are some common mistakes that can hinder the effectiveness of your prompts. Here are some mistakes to avoid. First, overloading the prompt with too much information. Sometimes people make the mistake of giving too much information in their questions to ChatGPT. This can make it hard for the AI to understand what the conversation is about. For example, instead of asking, "Can you help me find a good recipe for a cake with chocolate chips, and also tell me how to make sure it doesn't come out dry?" It's better to break it up into two questions. Can you suggest a good recipe for a cake with chocolate chips? And how can I ensure my cake doesn't come out dry? Second, using jargon or ambiguous language. When talking to ChatGPT, it's important to use language that it can easily understand. Avoid using complex words or phrases that could confuse the AI. For example, instead of saying, "I'm feeling really despondent today," it's better to say, "I'm feeling really down today." Third, being too vague or open-ended. Asking broad or vague questions like, "Tell me about everything," can make it difficult for ChatGPT to provide helpful responses. Instead, try to ask more specific questions that will guide the conversation in a focused direction. For example, instead of asking, "What do you think about dogs?" it's better to ask, "What are the benefits of having a dog as a pet?" Fourth, neglecting to include necessary instructions or constraints. It's important to give clear instructions to ChatGPT so that it knows what to talk about. For example, if you want to have a conversation about a specific movie or book, be sure to mention that in your prompt. Otherwise, ChatGPT might not be able to provide the responses you're looking for. To avoid these mistakes and ensure that your ChatGPT prompts are effective, try these strategies. Use specific, targeted questions instead of open-ended ones. Asking targeted questions can help guide the conversation in a specific direction and provide more helpful responses. For example, instead of asking, "What do you think about art?" try asking, "What do you think about the use of color in Impressionist paintings?" Be concise and to the point. Avoid including unnecessary details or instructions in your prompts. Stick to the essential information and avoid rambling or digressing from the main topic. For example, instead of asking, "Can you tell me about the history of the United States from the colonial period to the present day?" it's better to ask, "Can you tell me about the causes and outcomes of the American Civil War?" Use clear, concise language. Choose your words carefully and avoid using jargon or ambiguous language. Be sure to use language that is easy for ChatGPT to understand. For example, instead of saying, "I need to enhance my vocabulary," it's better to say, "I need to improve my vocabulary." Test and debug your prompts. It's important to test and debug your prompts to ensure they are clear and effective. Reset the conversation thread and start from the beginning to identify and troubleshoot any issues. For example, if you're not getting helpful responses, try rephrasing your prompt or asking a more specific question. By avoiding common mistakes and following these strategies, you can help to ensure that your ChatGPT prompts are clear, concise, and effective, and that the conversation flows smoothly and naturally.